Namaste. Welcome to the Hindu Parenting Podcast. A big part of childhood is spent in school. While most schools focus exclusively on academics and exams, there are those which impart education with a more practical approach and a focus on Bharatiya cultural values. One such school is Jiva Public School, based in Faridabad, Haryana, near New Delhi. Today, we speak with Shri Rishi Pal Chauhan, founder and principal of Jiva Public School. Namaste, Rishipal ji. Welcome to the
No,
podcast.
Namaste Rekha ji and Shalini ji.
Namaste, Rishipal ji. Thank you for coming on our podcast. We are really looking forward to learning more about your approach to education. And I'm sure all the parents listening will find this podcast very, very useful. We understand that Jiva School recognizes each child as a unique human being with different skills and aptitudes that need to be nurtured. How do you personalize education in this manner for each child?
Rekha ji, first of all, we have to understand that each child on this earth is unique and it is different, has different skills. There is no child which is weak on this earth. There are 8,000 million people on this planet, and their thumb impression is not matching, their iris is not matching, their liking and disliking are different, their creativity, their decision making is different. So how you can teach 40 students in a classroom with the same methodology theoretically so that they can pass the exam? So here the student in India is getting information and they are memorizing the information to pass the exam.
Right.
They remember in March and they forget in April, and then there are new books. So how in this modern world you can do better in your life so that you can be healthy and happy? So to remain healthy, there is not much in the curriculum so that the students, they can understand their self, their body, their organs, their mind, their intelligence. And to remain peace, the mind should be peaceful. So how to control your mind, how to control your desires and understand the self is very important. So in Jiva Public School, we give personalized education. Even there are 35, 40 students in one class, but still the teacher knows that if the child is not understanding a particular thing, so teacher knows the nature of the child. That if his musical intelligence is high, so the teacher will give musical examples to make him understand. And it is a practical education with examples, and those examples should be, activities should be with respect to the life of the child, and it should be with respect to the Bharatiya traditions, Bharatiya culture, not the Western examples, because the child has to go home and live the life according to the traditions and culture of Bharat. So this is the base of Jiva Public School, that we have a belief that each child is unique and each child has some specific skills, and the growth comes from within. You cannot grow or get success from outside. More and more you understand the self, more and more you understand the world. So to get success in this outer world, you have to understand your inner skills and inner tendencies. So this is the base of Jiva Public School.
Okay. You have mentioned, you just mentioned actually growth from within and an understanding of the self as being the key components of a good education. So can you now then share how you train your children to be self-aware? If you're, I mean, these are terms to use, but what do they actually mean in practical terms? How do you manage that?
So the basic philosophy of our school is SOE, self, others, and environment. And we are creating change makers of tomorrow. So the first step of SOE philosophy is that how you can become self-aware. So for self-aware, there are tools that with these tools you are going to understand the self. And first tool is Svadhyaya, self-introspection, self-analyzation. Then this Vat Pitta Kapha test, according to Ayurveda, what is the body constitution of the child? Third is Buddhi test or multiple intelligence test, that which intelligence is strong and which is weak in a child. Then according to our Shastras, there are 9 kind of Prakriti, nature. So what is the strong nature of the child and what is the weak nature of the child? And there is one Satogun, Rajogun and Tamogun test. So by using these tools and Swadhyaya, the child understands the strength and weakness of the self. And then second step is self-mastery. That child is going to use the Dinacharya ke niyam. That this is my, say like I am getting angry very fast. So how to improve it? So what is the cause why I am getting angry, right? So we go on the cause, not on the problem. So how to fix the cause so that I don't get angry very quickly, right? So in the self-mastery, tool is Dinacharya ke niyam, and self-introspection is a continuous process that every time you have to understand and work with your intelligence, and you have to develop Vivek. Because Vivek is creating a quality in our intelligence that we can interact, we can do samvad, we can do debate, and we can see that this is right for me or wrong for me. One thing can be right for one child, but the same thing can be wrong for other child, because it depends upon the intelligence, nature, rajogun, tamogun, and body type of the child. Then there is an environment, family environment of the child, financial circumstances of the child. So all these factors are being considered to understand the child's personality, identity of the child. What is the identity of the child? And in what kind of environment child has to grow? So understanding all these things, second point is that child is doing self-mastery. Then third point is social empathy and intelligence. That as a prototype, child understand that this is my identity, this is my nature, and I am going to become this personality in my life. I am going to spend my life according to these principles. So then he's going to do prototype and socially behavior of the child and relation with the family. And once the child get good results, then child become owner of the personality. So ownership and intelligence. With that intelligence, now child will fix the goal of the life. The child will go on improving the life and go on doing successful projects in the life. So this is the 4 points, and these are the tools for physical well-being, mental well-being, social well-being, financial well-being, and spiritual well-being. So how you can combine all these factors and understand your life so that you can remain healthy and happy in your life.
Now, this is great because it's a very different approach from the cookie cutter approach we have in modern education, which is you take a child and you pretty much pour everything into the child, and you pour the same thing into the brains and the bodies and minds of all the children. So this is a very unique, personalized approach. So I assume that you have to start this really early. So when children take admission in your school, how young do they have to be? And as soon as they are admitted to the school, do you start off on this process of identifying their intelligence, their body constitution? When do you start this process?
So our school is from kindergarten to 12th grade, and it is a ICSC board school. So from the very beginning, when the child is 3 plus, so like children are taking their lunch in group, right? So one child is asking that what you have in your lunch. He say, okay, I have idli dosa, right? And child is saying, can I share? He says, you can share my lunch, but I'll take your lunch also, right?
Mhm.
So this is entrepreneur nature. Teacher is observing the behavior of the child. One child is saying, I can give to all my friends and I'll not take back, right? So it is a providing nature. And
Okay.
one child is saying that I'm not sharing my lunch. So by observing these small free actions of a child, you have not to guide the child that no, you have to do this way. Mostly in India, when we send a child to the school, we start giving him instruction. Okay, you have to hold pen like this, you have to put your tie like that, you have to take your shoelaces like that. If you give activity and you take care of the safety of the child, so the student, they can create new innovations and they can find out the better ways which we are doing. So until and unless we don't give the freedom of activities to the student, you will not be able to better understand the identity of the child. And after fourth grade, we do these tests. So when we have a 60-page folder of each child. So like what is the liking of the child, what is the disliking, what is the family, what is the environment, who is the role model, who is the role teacher of the child. Then we do Vat Pitta Kapha test and we give a list that which food the child should eat and which the child should avoid. And then there is a graph of multiple intelligence and multiple nature. So we see that which are the strong nature and intelligence of the child. And we guide the child that which subject he is going to take in ninth class or 11th class, then which college the child is going to go, and how much money the child, complete career path the child is going to make according to his nature. Then the fourth class 1 year report will go to the fifth class, then sixth class. Then so we have a 12 years observation file of a child. And then we give identity certificate of the child that according to these 15 years from kindergarten to 12th, we have observed that this child personality is this, and the child should choose this kind of profession, and he will be successful in his life. He will coordinate and having good relation with the family, parents, grandparents, brother and sisters, and he will do better for the nation, and he will be a happy, healthy and peaceful citizen of this country.
So this means that you have a report on every single child in the school. What is the
Yes.
school strength?
Right now we have 1,500 students in our school.
That is across the grades, 1,500
Right.
students, right? So
Right.
you
So
have
this
1,500
60.
dossiers.
So these 1,500 booklets of each student, every day the child is going to write their Dincharya ke niyam, that I get up early before sunrise, then I drink 1 glass of water, then I did my toothbrush and daily routine. I did my massage body, then I took shower, then I did prayer to the God. Then I came school on time, right? Then Dincharya daily routine after school, right? And then child is going to do Svadhyaya in the last period and before sleeping. And child will write his personal diary that what good actions the child did today and what child learned today and what is the mistake he made today. And next day, in first period, they are going to check each other's diary and they understand. Then in this 60-page booklet, there is one page of each month that what is the goal of, say, this February. What is your academic goal? What is your social goal? What is your spiritual goal? So in parent-teacher meeting, child is going to explain the parents and the teacher that this goal I could achieve 80% and this goal I could achieve only 20% because of this. Then teacher, parent and student, they discuss with each other and fix next month goal. So this is the process, and it is a continuous process, that writing Svadhyaya diary every day and writing Dinacharya ke niyam every day, and child will understand the strength and weakness, and child knows where I have to improve academically and where I have to improve socially or in his life, in his daily routine.
So this means
You
that you need to have adults who are supervising, say the teachers, who are always very observant, and with what is the student teacher ratio then for 1,500 students? How many teachers are
You
there?
see, so like if you have your family members,
Mm-hmm.
and suppose you have 5 kids in your family, right? So you observe them all the time. It is not that you are doing some special job. Similarly, when there is this kind of activity going on the class, teacher is observing automatically without doing some any different effort. So in our school, what we do, that we divide the syllabus into topic works, and the teacher make lesson plan and topic stars. So what child is going to learn in this 40-minute period when teacher is teaching with a particular subject, and teacher is going to write what is the goal of the lesson plan, what is the objective of the lesson plan, what is the schema. Teacher is going to write schema, so that the student, they start observing their mind into a particular circumstance and situation to learn a particular subject and particular topic in that subject, right? And when kids are doing activity, it is being automatically observed. The teacher has not to make any special effort or any special time for that, and student don't need extra period for that. It is a part of life. It become a part of life, not that you are using special periods or something like that.
That is true, but in a class, say of see, there's a difference between observing 5 kids and perhaps 50 or 60 kids. What's a class strength generally like in your school?
So class strength is 35 to 40, between 30 to 40 student in each class.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So
You see,
one
if
teacher
if
is
you, if
able
you are
to.
doing for one day, if you are doing for one day or for 1 month, then it is very difficult. But if you are doing for 20 years,
Okay.
right? So that become a culture of your family. So sometimes people think, oh, how you are cooking every day, 3 meals in your house, right? We order from outside, and how you are doing puja every day, how you get a 4 o'clock in the morning, how it is possible. So it become the timetable and culture of the organization when it is being done every day, and it become part of life.
Can you give us like maybe an example and tell us what's a typical day like for a child in your school?
Yeah. So it is a normal, so like I can tell you that there is no clock in the whole school, and it is a no bell school. No bell school means there is no bell for beginning of school or end of school or change of period, right? But they have watch in their hand. So in 28 years, it is not even 1 sec. My school is 8 o'clock every day, right? And it is not 8 o'clock, 1 second extra that when prayer will start. And all these students, so like we have these 9 natures. So there are clubs. It is a educative club, it is a administrative club, it is a providing club, it is a entrepreneur club. And these students, they do management of the school also. So like the traffic club, they will standing outside the gate, that the parent who are dropping through motorcycle, please wear helmet. The student who are coming by bicycle, they wear helmet, right? So it is the responsibility of the that traffic club. And then they announce in the prayer that today one student, his name Salni or something, and her father was not wearing helmet, and we request her that she should educate her father that please wear helmet, right? So it is a process. And when student, teacher, and parent community is also involved in that, then it become a easy. You have not to do anything. It is a system. It is a SOP. It is going on. And every day after prayer, so when the student, they do lunch, they speak this bhog mantra. And why to put bhog? So because we have to oblige God, we have to oblige Mother Earth, Mother Nature. They have given us food, they have given us water, fruits, right? So if you, and these are chapters in the syllabus from the very beginning, name of the fruits, name of the family members. So from the very beginning, start teaching and giving this kind of sanskar into the students. And every day after prayer, the student, they share their experience. It is a change maker's bell in the prayer area. The student can ring bell and oh, I was a slow writer and I did this practice. I find out now I'm not a slow writer. Or I used to become angry very fast. I used to use lot of mobile. I used to get angry very fast. I used to tell lie. So all these experiences, the student, they share in prayer in front of 1500 student. Similarly, the teachers, they share their experience. So that become, if you go on our school website, you will find the case studies and success stories of the students like that. Even one student, Jessica Richmond from America, she has done a PhD on this how you execute multiple intelligence and nature in Indian culture. And there is a, she did PhD and it is published in the American journals.
Very interesting. So it sounds quite different from the normal school. Um, so I would like to ask you, in your view, what is the purpose of education? And since you are describing things that are not like, as Rekha said, cookie cutter, kind of thing that happens everywhere, um, being an affiliated to ICSE sort of board, are you able to incorporate these kind of approaches in the school curriculum and yet be able to satisfy your regulatory requirements and things like that? But first, I would like to understand, in your view, what is the purpose of education itself?
Okay, so the purpose of education is that the child can understand the body, that he remain healthy in his or her life. And body means outer body and inner body. That your mind, your intelligence, your chit, your ahankar, and your soul, and your body organs should also be healthy. Because we don't teach our kids how to have a healthy life and healthy lifestyle. Number two, the child should understand the strength and weaknesses of the self. Like I have already explained the body type and multiple intelligence and strong nature, and choose career according to the nature. Every child is a different seed with a different need. Nurture the nature according to the nature of the child. This is the purpose, that we should take care and understand that what is my child is. Maybe you have 2 or 3 kids, but they may be of different nature. They may be a different seed. So the next is that relation. They should learn how to keep good relation in the family and in the society. And next is behavior and attitude. Maybe you have studied all the 4 Vedas, but your behavior is not good, your attitude is not good. You may be having the best knowledge. You may be having 100% marks in each subject, but your relation with the family is not good. So, like we can see that more and more educated people in this country, but corruption is increasing. Joint families are breaking. Divorce rate is increasing. Rapes are increasing. So, what is the purpose of such education? That self, you yourself is not happy, and others, the society is not happy, and environment, we are destroying the environment. So in each 40-minute period in Jiva Public School, the philosophy is that either you improve the self, I will help others, I'll be kind, I'll have patience, those kind of qualities you should acquire, and you should try to build the society and nation. And third is that don't destroy the nature. Keep the environment clean. So this is the philosophy. In each period, you have to connect your curriculum with SOE. So once we start understanding the education and the lesson plans, that why I have to study this particular topic or lesson in my life, where this lesson or topic will be useful in my life. So we have to make activities according to the practical uses of the theoretical knowledge. Otherwise, if you are not creating skills with that knowledge, there is no use of that knowledge. So this is how we create our curriculum and make the real beneficial of this learning system, education system.
What I find interesting is from the West, we have a renewed importance on things like self-awareness, the gratitude journals, going towards self-awareness, self-mastery. And at the same time, what you have implemented in the school is through Dinacharya, Svadhyaya. So all these actually converge. And we are giving the children a head start by holding on to these principles and then, making sure that they function according to these principles. So it appears like the average school now focuses more on studying and not on learning. So how do you differentiate between studying and learning?
You have asked a very, very good question. So, like, if you see, I have worked in America, my kids were also studying in America. So, when you see their curriculum, caring, sharing, empathy, sympathy, right? Everything is there, everything is there. But it is outer, it is not inner. They are trying to exploit the nature. The philosophy of Bharat is that we worship nature and we go along with nature. We get blessings from nature. We worship the trees, we worship the rivers, we worship mountains, right? Worship means we give them respect. But the West is exploiting everything, exploiting the Mother Earth. So they are learning from Indian culture and they are trying to execute without understanding the self part. So nurturing the society with the knowledge of matter, and Bharat is nurturing the society with the knowledge of self. So there is a big difference in when you nurture the society with the knowledge of self, then there is a love and affection, priti. And karuna, this sympathy and empathy, is the key or the backbone of the society. But if you see that live-in relation is in West, divorce rate is 70% in some of the European countries. So what kind of education is that? Individual person cannot remain happy. You need people, you need society to remain happy. And there's no faith. It looks that they are now you can see what is happening, Ukraine or Israel and all this. This is all selling their weapons, doing trade, business. It is all business. So Bharatiya culture, if you implement same things, it end up in good relation, love and affection. In Western culture, the same things you are doing mechanically, but from inside you are empty. So the emotional behavior of those peoples, the stress, the frustration, how come all the new disease they are coming from those developed countries, not from India? That is the reason, because mentally they are not satisfied. So in our culture, doing worship, doing meditation, and living together is a stress busting exercises. So this whole system of education is built on these vehicles so that it brings peace in mind and peace in society.
And the difference between studying and learning, could you elaborate on that?
So studying means that you are reading a book and you are memorizing the information and you pass the exam. You get admission in good college, IIT, you top IIT, you got a good job, right? But learning means the practical utilization of those things. So you might have read that telling lies not good, unity is good, family relation is good, but you are not using those things in your day-to-day life. You are just working for money. So like all the colleges and private schools, they are business houses. They make how much money I'm making this month. Not that how much good sanskar I am giving to the kids this month. So the whole society is saying that who is a good person who has more money, who is a good person who is living in a big house, right? So like I'm giving you the example that the sports person in this country, they are giving tamaku advertisement. Amitabh Bachchan or the actors who are, people think that they are our role models. They are giving all kind of lie advertisements. So what kind of society you are building? What kind of movies and shows you are showing on TV? That is not our culture, and that is not happening practically into the society. So what kind of sanskar these kids are going to get? So the difference between studying and learning is that learning is that when you understand that this part of information is going to give benefit to my life, to my family, to my country, and how I am going to get this, use this information in my life, day-to-day life. So studying means that my goal is to pass the exam. So difference between success and growth is that growth is a continuous process. And success is that I got 100 out of 100. Then what after that? I got good marks, 90%. But if you are a good child, still you go on improving yourself. That is growth. So growth unlocks when you try to understand your swabhav, your nature, your prakriti. So this is the difference between studying and learning. The parents are making the projects and they are buying from the shops, and student is getting 10 out of 10, and this project is not made by the child, but he's getting good marks. So what sanskar you are giving to that child? Cheating, lying. He's learning right there in the family and school. So this is the difference of studying and learning. Learning means that this is going to give benefit to me, self, others, to the nation, and it will not destroy the environment. That is learning.
So, Rishipal ji, ours is a parenting podcast, and we have been talking about parents, what parents can do. And given your extensive experience as an educator, a teacher, a principal, and also you've thought a lot about education. So, do you have any message that you want to share with parents specifically?
So my message to the parents is that they should send their kids to the school for learning, not for studying, number one. Number two, every day when the kids come from school, ask them that what they have learned today. Number three, have one meal together with the family and be friendly with your kids. Try to understand their circumstances, their problems with respect to them, not with respect to yourself. And say, like, we have these tests: body constitution test, Vat Kaf test, multiple intelligence, multiple nature test. If any parent want that I want to take this test for my kids, so Jiva can provide this test on your mobile free of cost. And understand that your kids are your bank balance. This is your real wealth. If you make them good sanskar, good behavior, good relation, that is going to pay you when you become old, right? So this is my message to the parents, that understand the nature of your child, nurture your child according to the nature of the child, be friendly, and be happy, and make your child's very successful in their career.
So thank you, Rishi Palji. It has been a very interesting and enlightening conversation. So we wish you all the best, and we hope that our parents, listening parents, will take a lot of pointers from what you have spoken, about how it is all about self-awareness and self-mastery, and then taking ownership of the self. So I think there are some lessons for parents to also pick up in this conversation, and hopefully parents will also look up your site and explore what Jiva has to offer to their kids. So assuming that you do not have any other branches in other parts of the country, right?
Yeah, we have only one branch right now.
Okay, okay. So yeah, so we wish you all the best, and we
So, but Rekha ji, if any school they want to implement Jiva learning system in their school, so we can give teacher training and we can help those schools. Or somebody is trying or thinking to open a new school, so they can open school on Jiva philosophy. We have all the videos, lesson plans, teacher trainings, how to implement it. So we can go along with them. We have no problem with that.
That's very nice.
That's
So yeah, I think entrepreneurs, parents who are interested in education, those who are interested in exploring the option of opening a school, will definitely benefit from this podcast.
Or any parent, they want to know or understand their child's behavior problem or anything, they can contact us and we can help them.
Yes, we will be putting up the website link on our podcast. So the
Okay.
resources will be available. And we hope that parents will take advantage of this. So thank you very much for spending time with us, Rishi Palji. And
Okay.
we look forward to having you sometime again, to all our listeners, as usual, please subscribe to us at hinduparenting.substack.com. We are also present on all social media platforms. We go by the handle Hindu Parenting. So please follow us wherever it's convenient for you. We are also on YouTube, same account name, Hindu Parenting podcast. So do catch us there also. And we are available on podcast platforms. You can listen to our podcasts on any podcast platform like the Spotify or Apple Podcasts, whatever else is there. So thank you everyone for listening in, and until the next time, namaste.